So welcome all of you to today's meeting, today's webinar. Uh, and before I introduce the today's speaker, we had emails from our previous webinars requesting certificates actually. So initially we thought that the ministry would issue the certificate including the CPD. However, it seems the things are not that easy. But remember that all these programs are registered with the CPD at the Ministry of Health. So I believe if you you know how to claim those CPD points, I think you need to have a CPD ID, and then please make sure that you give your details with the Google Forms that we are sharing as the session is moving on. And then with that, I think all the participants should be able to claim the CPDs from the Ministry of Health, provided that you are affiliated to the Ministry of Health. And the other thing is, from today onwards, because there are delays in issuing certificates, like we thought it was, the ministry would issue the certificates, but because it's not happening, from today onwards, we thought that we will issue the participation e-certificates, as soon as possible once the session is over. So remember that all our programs are registered with the CPD and the Ministry of Health, and you should be able to claim it using the proper channel. So let me introduce today's speaker and the session. So today I really appreciate Professor Amaranth Karunanayake for accepting our invitation to be the speaker for today's session. He is a physiologist and an academic at the University of Ruhuna, and he holds a PhD in physiology and has broad experience in clinical, translational, and medical education research. And his work focuses on functional pain disorders, medical education, innovation, and the integration of artificial intelligence into the academic and research practice. And he has been an invited speaker on AI at the International Union of the Physiological Sciences and the South Asian Association of Physiologists and the Physiological Society of Sri Lanka. And he's particularly interested in bridging evidence and practice, ensuring that emerging AI tools strengthen rather than compromise scientific rigor and research integrity. And today, he will speak on from evidence to practice use of artificial intelligence in research. So please join me in welcoming Professor Amaranth Karunanayake. Over to you.
Thank you, Professor Kavinda, for your kind introduction. So it is nice to be here, and it's nice to talk about one of my favorite topic in the AI, how we are going to integrate AI on research. Okay, so with introduction, so we have a topic to discuss from evidence to practice use of AI in research. So at the outset, Sam, I would like to know why you are doing research. So can you type your answer in the chat corresponding this number? First one is pass a postgraduate exam, to publish papers, improve the patient care, the patients under your care, and for a prestige. Yes, so with this you can have number of publications, citation, research gets score, and it's good for your CV. Or with research you can generate patents, create IP rights, and which may lead to you can form some startups, and it's one way of getting a kind of passive money. Finally, this is a pathway if you have an intention to become a Nobel laureate, and this is for me, this is the best pathway to serve the human race. Let me look at the chat. Yes, 3 is there. 6. 3 for improved patient care. 6 big dreams. Yes, definitely. You can become if you are in this field, you can become the highest you can achieve is Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine. Okay, 666. Right. Okay, good. Yeah, there's no right and wrong answer. Everybody has some objective to achieve with the research. So I want to highlight it from this is the main point you have to focus why you are doing research, because depends on this you can use the tools or the resources in a maximum way. And sometimes we don't know why we are doing this research. As example, why you are doing research for board certification. Now, PJM has revealed that unless you are doing a research or without a researching component, your degree may not come into such a level or having this SLQ standard. So with coming to the level of 10, like in higher standard won't be achieved with the research component. So likewise, there are many objectives associated with doing research, but at the beginning, I would like to say, if you can orientate your objective to have a societal impact, that is the one main aspect assessed during granting funding, whether your research is generate a societal impact. It may be a tool, it may be a drug, it may be a therapeutic protocol. It will valued and it will give a more weight for your research. So whatever the thing, you can do research, but if you can align in such a way, and if you know your goals and objectives, it will be easier to conduct a research. So I want to highlight, so whatever the objective you are having to achieve with the research, use AI as the navigator. So he will help you to go to your destination, but how and where to go must be decided by you as a human. So you must have the overall control of your journey and the destination. You must act as a captain, and AI is the tool which will navigate the journey. And I want to declare I have used AI tool to develop this presentation for image creation, drafting, and image processing. And I have verified this content, and AI did not independently interpretation or draw conclusion, which I'm going to mention during this presentation. Can we do or conduct research without AI? Yes, we can, but when you look at how the researchers are using this AI, there's a strong doubt that whether we will go behind the other. So with the introduction of AI tools, especially the introduction of ChatGPT between 2022 to 23, and after that we can have seen there's a rapid increment in the research work, published work in the research field. So both English-speaking countries and non-English-speaking countries are benefited by this AI tools. Now you can see in this graph, now more and more non-English native speaking countries generate more papers. So AI is has removed a barrier, that is a language barrier. Even though we assume that language helps the human progression, actually it has retarded in many places. So this AI now has removed this language barrier. Now we can talk with AI with any language. So therefore we can see any discipline can use AI for its progress. So again, whatever the discipline you are going to use AI must assist. It is a very good assistant, but AI must not decide what you are going to do. So originality must be with the humans, and destination also must decide by the human. So what are the AI can do and AI cannot do? So when you look at the life cycle of a researcher, first there's idea, then it comes with brainstorming, then we select a topic, then we do a literature survey, then we plan a proposal, we conduct the research, data collection, followed by analysis and interpretation, then we write the document to publish, to disseminate the knowledge we have gathered during this life cycle. So AI can help the brainstorming to form ideas, identify the research gaps. And also it can summarize. That is the one main advantage, because you can see the teeth and amount of publication add to the research world. It's a huge, unbearable speed. I must say it's unbearable. Even we cannot tolerate amount of knowledge, data related to the research on the what we are encountering. So therefore, AI has a very good ability to summarize this data and find what is important for us. And also this coding is another one. Earlier it was a barrier for us. Now AI can make a code. So it's a command which will command a machine to implement a certain task. And formatting, again, it's a good formatter, editor to format for a given task. So you can decide the writing style, font, and amount, word count, paragraphing, and format to a final presentation. But what is AI cannot? So it cannot, basically, it cannot perform three things: judgment, critical thinking, and reasoning. So when you look at the reasoning is the faculty or the process where we come to a certain conclusion with the connecting available facts and ideas. So always we are dealing with incomplete data and information. So, and we can generate to assume some facts, and we can connect these ideas with the facts. That's the reasoning. And when critical thinking is a process where analyze and interpret available data, information, and lead to a conclusion. In judgment, we make a plausible or acceptable conclusion based on the available evidence. Now, up to now, the AI cannot do now. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. That is how the AI progresses. Even the founders cannot predict. So logical reasoning, the AI cannot. Judgment, the AI cannot. And novel scientific contribution. Can AI generate a novel find or novel thing? As a AI can propose a patent. Theoretically, no. It can predict. It can predict what is come next. But as experiment, I have generated patent idea with AI. Now I have submitted for patent application. Now let's see whether patent office will accept that. So in the same line, I have developed several patentable ideas with the help of AI. So I have given the original idea, but AI formatted and curated and developed into such a level, and he has given all the parts of a patent. So novel scientific contribution can AI can generate. Up to now, general idea is general agreement is no, but it is questionable. Accountability, yes. It is human type accountable. So I am accountable whether my presentation is created by AI. I am accountable for the content. When you develop a paper, write a paper, AI can assist and generate it, but you are accountable for the content. And again, ethical judgment. So as I said earlier, judgment, and when it comes to ethical judgment, it's a broad spectrum. So AI is developed to predict with limited available data. So they won't get real-time data or do not get inputs from reliable or other sources like humans. So they are lacking this ethical aspect and the judgment. So when it comes to research, ethics play a huge role. So you must be aware about this ethical application related to the AI. So in the research cycle, I have listed how we can balance and use the AI during our research cycle. So various stages AI can help, but same time there's a human role to play. Topic selection, topic exploration and selection, yes, AI can do, but as a human, you must know the relevance. You may work with medicine, but AI can generate a topic or research idea related to a sociology. Because again, sociology, there may be some overlap with psychology, psychiatry, or in that component may comes to your idea, research topic. But it's you must decide whether it's relevant for my expertise and stage of my research and discipline. Literature synthesis and research, yes, they can do, but as a human, you must always check that. Research question they can generate, but again, human must judge whether it is acceptable ethical question. Again, gap identification, because again, AI will rely on the trained data, amount of trained data. It is developed where he gets those data. So as example, we are a large country, we may say a large island which compared to the Singapore, but the footprint of Sri Lanka in AI world is much smaller than the Singapore, because they are generate huge amount of data which has been used to train the AI. So the gap identified by the AI which relate to the same topic, but for Singapore and Sri Lanka may be not accurate. So therefore, you must have a clinical sense if you are working in this field to see whether this gap is explainable, whether it is real gap. Questionnaire development, yes, it's a handy tool, but always you must validate it. So we have content validation and various form of validation is there, but it's a good tool to develop a question. Can they handle the statistics? Yes, there are tools trained with statistical data. They can handle even And you must understand AI is a very confident assistant. He will never say no. Whatever the content, whether it's true or false, he will deliver it with a very confident manner. So they will say, okay, I will assist. So they will analyze the data and it will give the results. But as a human, you must double check it, especially the method, tools, and the results. And writing, yes, it's a handy tool. It's a handy tool for writing, especially researchers from this part of the world, non-native English speakers are benefited with AI tools. But always you must double check whether the content are accurate, aligned with the findings you have given in the data section. Yes, so we will try to see each stage what we can how we are going to use the AI for research work. So from idea and hypothesis generation, even a common available free version of AI tools are enough. ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, Grok, anything you can generate. But when you look at more scientific one, Perplexity and Claude may kind of have a preference for scientific research. But again, I must tell you that what's the tool you are going to select must align with you. As an individual, you may have some preference. So what's the tool you are going to use must align with you. You are comfortable with one particular tool and their language. So for me, it's ChatGPT. I'm not a fan of Gemini, Copilot, Claude, or Perplexity. I'm very much comfortable with ChatGPT for my research work. And because I trained him, he knows what is my expectation. So he has generated something aligned with my expectation. But there's a huge risk associated with that because it may generate a blind spot. Because AI will understand what kind of a person and then he will curate it and select it which will align with my preferences. So initially I have found he has generated the content. It's it's a pure reflection of my inner thought. So I was surprised to see how did he generate the content very much aligned with my wish, my expectation. Later on, I have understood now in this way, I am going for some kind of a disaster because there is another huge blind spot is developing, which will hide more potential, more valuable content from my substation or my reach. Therefore, when you are training AI tool for your research work, always remember he's an intelligent guy. He will try to make you happy because that's how he try to make an attachment. Therefore, always be open-minded. Always double check whether it's a very palatable, very feasible topic. Always use your clinical sense and human judgment to selection a topic. So you can put a topic and do a brainstorming and create an idea or a topic for a research. Yes, definitely they are very handy because it will can exceed some human powers in this context. Like we have a poor memory, recall bias is there. So these things will be removed, and AI is very good in generation of idea in research question. But AI can be used as a now your idea is the most valuable part of your research. This is one of my experience why how we can use AI for idea generation. So my top study area is functional abdominal pain in children. So about 10 years ago, I had a cohort of patients with functional abdominal pains like irritable bowel disease, functional dyspepsia, abdominal migraine, functional abdominal pain. So I did they assess the autonomy functions, gastric motility, and we have conducted randomized control trial. So we have a cohort. Very recently, my supervisors came with the idea, why don't we follow up that cohort after 10 years? It will generate good data, the transition of functional pain from childhood to the adulthood. Very few papers on this area. So I can send a questionnaire, get whether you are having abdominal pain. Yeah, I can conduct a study. It's no problem. Follow-up study. I have their addresses, contact information. I can do it. But before analyzing or just to follow up, build up this research, I try to find actually what is the need of this research? Okay, what is the need of this data from the follow-up cohort? So I gave a task, okay, now I'm going to conduct a follow-up research on cohort of pediatric patient. About 10 years ago, I have recruited 5 members study for after 10 years. They are almost seems to be there in adults, and I'm going to do a follow-up study. As a parent of that child, what do you expect from that particular study? That is one of my problems. Then I have given, as a patient, now you are an adult, what is your expectation? What do you prefer to see from this study? Then I have given another one. As a teacher, what do you want from this study? As your life better half, your wife or a girlfriend, now you are a friend, you are a partner with a patient who has a childhood disease. As a partner, what do you want to know? And as a treating clinician, you are a general practitioner who treated this child. What do you want to know? So likewise, I have given a different prompt to and see what is their expectation. So I have found various very good clues, which I have incorporated into my questionnaire to probe this area. So now AI can act as a various personalities, with various personalities, different perspectives. That is a good advantage we are having. So when you look at a person, only we can see as a one person, maybe academic, maybe a clinician, maybe a researcher. But as an AI can play a role in looking at different aspects of the same group. So AI is a perspective multiplier. So I stress to use this function. Try to find what are the hidden areas which cannot see from your angle. So literature review, yes, you can use many ones. So you can there are many AI tools are there. You can do brainstorm with commonly available ChatGPT, but there are AI tools developed for this particular function, like elicit, size space, very good, and consensus is ChatGPT has incorporated the tool for research, that is consensus. GenAI, site, connected papers. So there are various tools are there. Because I know as a junior, if I am a junior researcher, if I join this webinar, my main target is find the tool. So if you are asking me recommended tool, again, I must say there are various tools, but you must select what is good for you. So go and try. There are free versions available and try and find which is suit your personality. But always remember, AI will assist, but you have to validate the content. Now, when it comes to literature survey search, it has shown AI can invent the citation. Hallucination risk is there. We will talk about it. So there's a, if you can follow this gap, first map the field with AI, select the area, and try to find papers with the tools I have given, site space there, consensus, and they are giving a link, citation. So verify the citation, click it and go for the page and see whether it's a reliable one. And never cite unread paper. Yes, we have to go and check and read at least the abstract and the main content. So we have seen, because of hallucination, there are other methods are developed. One is, now I have at a recent workshop about Web of Science. So they have introduced the literature survey tool, AI tool, which will only cite the papers available in the Web of Science. So they will say they guarantee there are no hallucinations. So we can use the authenticated, trusted AI tools like Web of Science. In addition to that, what you can do is you can combine the tool, AI tool. One is you can do a literature survey and put down the citation and the link. Then you can paste those into the Notebook LM. Now, Notebook LM is a very handy tool, I must say. So, whatever the tool you are using, I advise you to go and just play with Notebook LM. So, we can paste those citation or links and get a idea. There's a mind graph in, so you can find what are the main contents and you can click and find many within subtopics and you can find what is the source of that information. So to avoid this hallucination, try to link with two tools. So use some authenticated AI tool. And most important part is how to generate a prompt. Prompt is the language we are talking with the AI. So prompt must be very clear, specific, and use ethical boundaries. Now AI has its own ethical boundaries. So he will definitely cut down what if it exceeds your wants and neutral. But usually what you can specify what is the role. Now I am as a scholar with 100 publications in the Nature, with 30 years experience as a researcher in the PA research, having a PhD in anesthesia and a master's in statistics. Likewise, you can define the role. So even just to write, okay, look at this, give me an answer like Elon Musk plus Steve Jobs. So I have tried. Sometimes I just take a photo, image and upload to the ChatGPT. Okay, just as Elon Musk and plus Steve Jobs, reverse engineering this cup. So he will come with various ideas. So with AI, it is another intelligence. We have to coexist it. Now, doing just research won't be enough. I stress, if you want to make it visible, now you can see there are people are generating research. More and more coming now. I'm sure there will be some kind of a regulation coming up in next few years. In that case, you must be in such a level to compete and become to publishable person, researcher, accepted researcher. In that case, you must keep a curiosity. Always use the AI to generate curious topics, identify hidden gaps which has a weight in your field. Data collection and statistics, yes, AI can explain the test, suggest options, help interpret of outputs, but AI cannot choose methods alone, replace understanding. So AI is just to predict the text, what comes next. If you ask what is the capital of Sri Lanka, it will say Colombo. But if you ask, and even he doesn't know the answer, he will definitely give an answer. He's so try to very fluent and very confident. And basically AI tools, general tools are not understand math, but they just predict what is the come. In this end of this pattern, it may be a number, it may be a word or a sentence or image, we try to predict it. Usually they do not understand math, but there are AI tools for these purposes. So recent my experiences with international conferencing is we had about 6 months ago, International Union of Physiological Sciences, we had a workshop on AI and how we are used to this one. So one tool they have highlighted for statistics analysis is Julius. So I have also tried it. But you can see huge amount of tools are there. But Julius is worth to try, but always validate the results. When it comes to writing and productivity, yes, AI will assist in your writing. That is a very comfortable area everybody also can use without any fear. But there are some issues, especially it's good for grammar polishing, formatting, summarizing of data, but it may generate scientific facts which look authentic but not. And they may generate inaccurate, strange ideas and arguments. Because you will find there are hallucinations there. But in that case, instead of just asking the result, what I advise is you can do this, follow this path. So what you can do is they can upload your paper, help me present the results clearly in my discussion section. So you give the data. Now he wants a hallucinating. So just give the prompt, use only the attached file, help me to present this result clearly in my discussion section. Only use this result or the attached file. So sometimes we are using like be ruthless, be my ruthless editor. That's another very handy tool. When he says ruthless, he won't make vague results. He'll be very precise and clear about what he's going to do. So as a summary, I would like to summarize what are the roles in the what we can what we have discussed so far. So we have a model. You can see the kind of a loop. We generate idea, design it, data collection, analysis, and verification. It must be there. So the best is have a sandwich model. Okay, you give a prompt to command to AI to generate to execute, but you have to verify the result. You must edit the result. So hallucination is a big topic. Without hallucination, you cannot talk about AI and research. So hallucination means AI mistakes. So AI can generate inaccurate facts, non-relevant outcomes, or strange results. So these are the common types of hallucination AI can make in research. Why AI hallucinating? Because they are trained to complete a task. Task is pattern recognition and complete the task from the identify the pattern and generate a pattern from start to end. So when we ask what is the prevalence of X disease in Sri Lanka in 2021? No, he will know. He is asking a number. Prevalence means a number. Number is given as a percentage. So, but he doesn't have the access for this data. But he must complete his task. So he knows for a given pattern, this is the prevalence means the number in percentage. And ideally, it is followed by a number of cases reflected as N equal to this. So he will find something compatible data and complete the answer. So that is not accurate. He doesn't have the access to a real data, but he has completed a task that the most terrifying thing is he very confidently delivered to you. So he's very confident, we will say overconfident. When you ask, okay, it's not the correct result, he will very politely say, okay, and he will maybe give a credit for you. Oh, you have detected that error. Yes, we will, both of us will try to make it correct likewise. Because he has trained to how to tackle a human questioning when you AI generator error result. No, not accountable. He knows whatever that he's doing, nobody is going to punish you. And he doesn't have real world feedback from many resources. When we are doing a research or when we are getting a decision, we are dealing with information data from various sources. It may be human, maybe non-human, it may be a change of environment. We are getting information and to take a decision. But AI is results generated on small number of data. So what we are going to prevent hallucination in research? Never trust citation blindly. They will generate, when you give a command, generate the citation, definitely they will generate the citation, but you must click and go and find. In most of the generative tools, citations are not correct, but you can do typeface, consensus like things, once they are giving link, you can click and go and find it. Cross-check with the number. Yes, always check whether that is, you must have instinct to see whether it's a number which may be explainable. And as a human, you must select the method. Which method? What type of data you are going to use? What type of source? And never let AI interpret the results alone. Definitely, you must go to the result section again and again. And another result is AI to state the answers in the prompt mentioned. Do not hallucinate. Just use the attached data or corresponding data. If you are unsure, please mention it. In that case, when he finds unsure, when the data is not available, he will tell this is not available. So that is how you develop the prompt. So if you want to get the maximum from the AI, you must work with AI, develop your prompting skill. And there are a few questions most of the people are having as a junior people. I'm also junior. Always I'm asking. These are the questions I have asked when I try to answer, or I have asked when I'm going to a workshop. Whether free or paid versions give a different result. Especially, are they giving their interpretations are different. Basically, what my understanding is, yes, there are differences, but how fluency and the faster and speed of implementing the task is different. And the amount of data they are handling is different. But when it comes to a conclusion and judgment, I think they quite similar. Because they are try to be more ethical here. Whatever the version you are having, he's trying to give a maximally ethically aligned with his or within his boundaries. So most of the time, free and paid version will generate the same result. And when it comes to a journal, can I publish a paper with AI generated paper? So AI health can be divided into AI generated, purely generated by AI, or AI assisted. So most of the time, AI assisted content are allowed into a certain limit. But you have to declare your involvement, you are accountable. And AI is not the author. And you should never blind copy and paste what is AI generated. We call it as when you have to be transparent. In the beginning, I declare my AI involvement with this paper. I declare what are the tools I have used. Yes, I have used tools to generate this presentation. Likewise, you have to be transparent. And we call it as a radically transparent. Be transparent as much as possible. Declare what are the tools. What is the version of the tool you have used? And what kind of help you have used? Final takeaways are, yes, AI is a very good helper, good assistant, very good junior member. But you must have authority. Always you must decide what to do, how to do, when to do, and what to do with this result again. And you have to predictable hallucination. No AI is trustworthy. Hallucination is there. They will generate incorrect information, facts, irrelevant outcomes, and strange results. They are confident. They will deliver whatever the result. With a speed. Speed does not guarantee truth. You have to always double check. Transparency protects you, especially when you declare and be transparent with AI use, you are protected. As I said earlier, journal articles will honor or see the originality because it's a huge. Now you can use a tool to detect AI usage and reject it. But it shows a huge reputational damage. I have seen the one, my husband and wife are researchers, same content generated by the husband with AI is accepted, but the wife generated without any AI help was rejected. So now all the publishers are very careful in there. When you go to the journal publication web, you can find their policy on AI. So you can see there when you look at closely, they are very careful. So always, if you can prove where is the originality, it is with you, you are safe. But for me, always, yes, originality with the human. Like AI is what we are doing with AI is similar to what we are doing with calculator. No, calculator does not generate when you 1 add 1 by 2. No, you have to give the command add 1 into 1, which will calculator will generate the 2. Originality is with you. It's you. Without your command, AI won't generate a paper and submit to a journal article. And yes, it's a good prompt, not good research. So always try to generate a good prompt. It will lead to a good research. But good prompt always does not ensure it will generate what you want. Good prompt always lead to a good research, but it is you have to decide whether it although it's a good research, it is feasible, can I do with the available resources? With the data I'm going to generate will help my people. So with that, I would like to conclude. Dr. Kavinda, over to you.
Thank you very much, Amaranth, for that very insightful, very useful presentation, which I hope to everybody who are listening.